Hey everyone. Welcome back to Unlock English Podcast. I'm Alex, and today we're covering something super common and yes, kind of confusing.
Hey friends, I'm Julia. Okay, quick quiz. Which sounds natural? Do homework or make homework?
And what about this one? Make a mistake or do a mistake. This one gets so many learners.
If you've ever paused mid-sentence and thought, wait, which one is right? You're definitely not alone.
Seriously, almost everyone mixes these up at the beginning. Totally normal.
And here's the good news. By the end of this episode, it'll feel much clearer. You'll know when to use do, when to use make, and you'll sound more natural when you speak.
So, take a breath, stay with us.
And let's keep English simple, real, and fun, right here on Unlock English Podcast.
By the way, Julia, what did you do last Saturday evening?
I was busy. I did some study at the library, made a quick sandwich for dinner, and later I made a list for the week. How about you, Alex?
Pretty similar. I did some chores, made tea, and honestly, I made a couple mistakes while trying a new recipe.
That's real life.
And friends, if you enjoy this lesson, please hit like and subscribe so you don't miss new episodes from Unlock English Podcast.
And leave a comment too. Tell us what you did last weekend. We'd love to read it.
All right, let's jump in and make English feel easy and natural. Julia, can I be honest? Do and make confuse people a lot.
Oh yes, big time. And I understand why. In many languages, both do and make can translate to the same verb. So learners think, okay, same meaning, easy. But no.
Exactly. Then we start asking, I want to say I finished my homework, so is it do homework or make homework? It gets confusing fast.
And that's the main issue. English doesn't work well with word-for-word translation. Native speakers don't stop and think, which one is correct? They just say what sounds normal.
Right. They're not checking grammar rules every sentence. They're speaking from habit.
Yes, habit and fixed phrases. Some words just naturally stick together, like close friends who always show up as a pair.
So in English, it's not only which verb means to do.
Nope, it's more like which one sounds natural in this situation. That's the key.
Ah, okay. So if I focus on the meaning in the feeling instead of translating, I'll get it faster.
Exactly. Once you get that, things become way easier. You stop translating in your head and you start thinking in English.
And that's when your speaking starts to feel smooth and confident.
Yes, so if you feel confused right now, don't worry. It's very, very normal. And next, we'll share some simple rules that native speakers use without even realizing it.
Simple, clear, real English. Let's go. Okay, Julia, let's start with our first rule. And don't worry, this one is easy.
Good. Easy is my favorite. So when do we use do, Alex?
All right, here it is. We use do for tasks, work, responsibilities, and activities.
Tasks and activities, like things on your daily checklist.
Exactly. The important idea is, with do, we focus on the action itself, not on creating something new.
Oh, so it's about the process, not an object at the end.
Yes, perfect. With do, the result isn't the main point. The activity is the point.
Okay, give me some real-life examples.
Sure, we say do homework, not make homework. Homework is a task.
Right, schoolwork. You complete it.
We also say do the dishes. It's a routine chore, something you have to take care of.
I do the dishes almost every night.
Same. And for responsibilities, we say do your job because it's your duty.
That sounds natural. Do your job.
Another common one, do exercise or do a workout. It's an activity, movement, effort. You're not creating exercise.
Oh, wow. Now I see the pattern. Homework, dishes, job, exercise. They're all actions, activities, responsibilities.
Exactly. So remember, Do is usually used for everyday tasks, things you need to finish, things that belong on your to-do list.
So if it feels like work, responsibility, or an activity, then do is probably the best choice.
Nice. Simple, clear, and realistic. Great. And next, we'll talk about make, and you'll feel the difference even more.
All right, Alex, we covered do. Now I'm curious, what about make?
Ah, yes, make. Excited. This one is actually pretty fun, and the idea is very clear.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, we use make when we create something, produce something, or when there is a clear result at the end.
So with make, something appears, something new exists.
Exactly. After make, there's usually a result you can see, touch, hear, or feel.
Give me an example.
Sure, in the evening you might make dinner. Before cooking, there's no dinner, and after, dinner's ready.
Yes, there's a final product.
Another super common one, make a mistake.
That one is universal. Everyone does it.
Exactly. A mistake didn't exist before, but after your action, boom, the mistake exists. That's why we say, make a mistake.
What about plans and choices?
Good question. We say make a plan and make a decision. First you think, then you choose, and that decision is created.
And make money too, right?
Yes. After effort or work, the result is money, so we say make money.
Let me check if I've got it. Do is about the action, make is about the result.
Perfect. If something appears at the end, food, a plan, a mistake, a reservation, make is often the right verb.
Wow, this is starting to feel much simpler.
Good. Hold on to that feeling. After make, something exists. Okay, Julia, now let's put do and make side by side.
Yes, this part helps your brain lock in the difference.
Exactly. Remember, do equals process, make equals result.
Process versus result. Okay, show me.
Example 1. Do work.
We say do work, not make work.
Right, because work is an activity, it's effort and action. We're not creating a work as a finished object here.
Got it. No clear product called work at the end.
Example 2. Make a reservation.
Oh, not do a reservation. Thinking, because after you call or click online, the reservation exists.
Exactly. The reservation is the result.
Nice. Another one?
Example 3. Do laundry.
Yes, laundry is a chore. It's a task.
Right, you're doing an activity. Washing, drying, folding. You don't create laundry.
True. I never want to create laundry.
So if it feels like an activity, a process, a responsibility, use do.
And if it feels like something appears at the end, like a meal, a plan, a mistake, a reservation, use make.
Exactly. Simple contrast. Real English.
And next, we'll look at common learner mistakes so you can avoid them. Okay, now let's talk about something very real, common mistakes. And yes, everyone makes them.
Oh yeah, we hear these all the time. If you've said them before, don't feel bad at all.
All right, first one I hear a lot, make homework.
Oh yeah, it sounds logical, but in English, it's not correct.
Right, because you're not creating homework, it's assigned work, it's a task.
So the correct phrase is do homework. Focus on the activity.
Okay, next mistake, do a mistake.
Oh wow, super common.
But we don't say that. We say make a mistake because the mistake is the result. It appears after the action.
Exactly. One more mistake. Do a decision.
Nope. The natural phrase is make a decision.
Because a decision is something you create after thinking.
So let's repeat the feeling again. Homework is a task, do homework. A mistake is a result, make a mistake. A decision is a result, make a decision.
And if you remember the reason, not just the phrase, you'll make fewer errors.
Yes, don't memorize blindly. Try to feel the meaning.
And please, don't be afraid to make mistakes while learning. That's part of learning.
Exactly. And next, we'll practice so you can use do and make naturally.
Okay, enough rules, enough explanations. Let's use this like real life.
Yes, imagine it's a normal Sunday evening. We're not in a classroom. We're sitting in a quiet corner of the library just chatting.
Exactly. Ready?
Ready.
So, Julia, how's your evening going?
Busy, very busy. I came here after dinner, and the first thing I did was do some reading for my course.
Studying at the library on a Sunday night? Nice.
Yeah, but then I got hungry, so I made a hot chocolate at the cafe downstairs.
Perfect example. You do reading, but you make hot chocolate.
Exactly. After that, I had to do some emails, just quick replies.
Emails feel like a task, so do emails make sense.
And then I made a plan for tomorrow because Mondays can get crazy.
That's a great habit. What's in your plan?
First, I need to do my job. Meetings, messages, paperwork. You know, the usual.
Sounds familiar.
And later, I want to make a decision about my winter break. Visit family or stay in town and rest.
That's a big decision.
And honestly, I'll probably make a few mistakes during the week, but that's okay.
Of course, everyone makes mistakes. That's real life.
So yeah, nothing special, just normal life English.
And that's exactly the point. We do tasks and we make results.
All right, now it's your turn, listeners. Don't only listen, speak with us.
Yes, say it out loud even if you're alone. That's how you build fluency.
Okay, listen first, then speak. Sentence 1. Every evening I blank dinner.
Did you say make? Great. Make dinner. Dinner appears at the end.
Nice. Sentence 2. After class, I need to blank my homework.
The answer is do. Do homework. It's a task.
Perfect. Now we'll try a few more. Say them out loud.
Sentence 3. On weekends, I usually blank the laundry.
Yes, do the laundry. It's a chore.
Sentence 4. Before a trip, I always blank a list.
Exactly. Make a list. You create it.
Sentence 5. Tonight, I have to blank some cleaning.
Yes, do some cleaning. It's an activity.
Sentence 6. Sometimes I accidentally blank a mistake at work.
Right. Make a mistake. The mistake appears after the action.
Great job. If you can say all those sentences smoothly, you're already using real, natural English.
And remember, slow, clear, confident. That's the goal.
Before we finish, we have a small question for you.
Yes, simple question, no pressure.
What do you do regularly during the week?
Maybe you do homework, do exercise, do the dishes, or do emails. And what's something you make often?
Maybe you make dinner, make plans, make a decision, or make money.
You can answer very simply. For example, I usually do, or I often make.
Write your answer in the comments. Short answers are perfect.
We'd love to read what you do and what you make.
And don't worry about perfect grammar. Just be real. Real English, real people.
Go ahead, leave a comment.
Wow, we covered a lot today. Let's wrap it up quickly.
Yes, just remember a couple of easy ideas.
Do is for activities, tasks, and responsibilities, the process.
Make is for results, something you create, or something that appears at the end.
And if you can't remember every phrase right away, don't panic. The key is listening and using English often.
The more you hear it and say it, the more natural it becomes.
Exactly. Step by step, it will start to feel easy and automatic.
So keep it simple, keep it real.
And we'll see you next time on Unlock English Podcast.
Bye-bye. Keep practicing and enjoy your English journey.